Phuket will be the host venue for important regional meetings, and preparations are now underway. High-ranking officials from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Tuesday held a meeting with the Phuket governor and related officials in preparation to host the following meetings. They are the 42nd ASEAN Ministerial Meeting, AMM, the Post-Ministerial Conferences, PMC, and the 16th ASEAN Regional Forum, ARF. These meetings are scheduled to take place during July the 16th to the 23rd. Deputy Director General of ASEAN Department, Mr. Atayut Sirisamut, said the AMM takes place at this time every year, and Thailand, as chair of ASEAN, must host this meeting. U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is expected to join the foreign ministers' meeting. He also stated that the long-time delayed ASEAN Plus 6 summit will also be held in Phuket during October the 23rd to the 25th. Around 1,200 participants from 26 countries are to attend, plus around 800 media members from ASEAN nations and its dialogue partners, as well as nations like the USA, Russia, Canada, New Zealand and Australia. After a couple of site surveys, the officials from MFA have suggested the Laguna Group of hotels, as they can provide 800 rooms. Hotels on the north side of the island and nearby will also benefit from the meetings. The central officials requested that Phuket prepares itself in terms of road beautification, tidiness and people's friendliness, while Phuket Governor Vichai Pricingop called for local residents to be good hosts to welcome the country's guests. Tourists are still enjoying the nightlife in Patong despite flu and virus concerns. Tourists, mostly foreigners, are still seen enjoying the nightlife at Bangla Road in Patong as usual, after the Public Health Office and Patong Municipality carried out a big cleaning activity following a single case of A H1N1 found in an employee of an entertainment venue there, while some tourists said they are not too worried about the virus as it's curable. The Patong Deputy Mayor Chairat Sukuban joined hands with tourist police and health volunteers to give out information about the virus in Thai and English to tourists. He stressed that after talking to tourists, he said they did not seem to worry or panic about the virus either. In a related subject, schools in Phuket carry out big cleanups as part of preventative measures against the A H1N1 virus. Teachers and students at Pibun Sawat D School joined hands to clean up classrooms, canteens and pavements, plus material and equipment including stairs and doorknobs, which are often touched by students and teachers. This is a campaign to alleviate risks of catching the A H1N1 virus. The school director, Mr. Nati Tensaku, said the activity followed the school education program for students, which began a month ago, and now they divide into zones to carry out cleaning. Students earlier learned about how to clean their hands properly, while parents were requested to report to the school if their children are ill. The big cleaning activity was organized by the Office of Phuket City, which activates the program in all 7 schools under its umbrella, including Pibun Sawadi School. Thai tourism operators were requested by European tour agencies to have more social conscience and prepare for new code of ethics. One of Europe's largest tour agencies, bringing many Scandinavian tourists to Phuket and Thailand, recently told Anzima News during a fan trip for Swedish travel agents here that there was increasing pressure from their customers and clients to ask Thai tourism hotel and tourist attraction operators to have more social conscience and prepare for a new code of ethics in contracts. Last week, TTRweekly.com reported that European travel agents are now taking the subject seriously enough to base their sales recommendations on how a product's social responsibility record is judged. Thai Hotels Association President Prakin China Mopong said TUI Nordic's top executives met him at Thailand Travel Mart and asked for assurances that Thailand's tourism industry would demonstrate it was active in dealing with social problems. This includes illegal labor and child abuse. He said the tour agent asked the Thai counterparts to talk with hotels and travel agents as well as the government to eliminate these issues, as they discourage Swedish tourists from visiting Thailand, even when there are several positive factors. Rescue boats and personnel are added on Karon Beach to keep watch for beachgoers' safety during the monsoon weather. To take precautionary measures, the Phuket Provincial Authority has deployed boats and personnel to be stationed at vulnerable beaches to warn swimmers that they should not swim during rough seas. According to Chutner and Kirksom, the Provincial Chief of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation Office, 3 boats are to be stationed at Kata, Karon and Nong Han to assist or rescue swimmers in distress. The move follows a few recent drowning cases at western beaches. Chattingham further explained that 9 Navy officers, 4 staff from Charity Foundation and 6 civil volunteers are also assigned to rotate the work in 3 shifts per day. He stressed that the Navy officers are very professional and well trained. This operation is put in place to ease the problem while waiting for the provincial administration organization, which expects to take a month before it can deploy contracted beach guards to beaches. Meanwhile, the Phang-Nga Authority also steps up security measures to look after tourists on beaches and add more CCTVs in different locations. Phang-Nga Authority and the local tourism sector agreed to put more closed-circuit televisions or CCTV and frequent surveillance by patrol police in tourist locations to ensure tourist safety. The conclusion was reached during a meeting on the provincial tourism promotion and development comprising government and private tourism figures. The meeting was chaired by Phang-Nga Governor Yin Surya Palusak. The Provincial Tourist Association President Chris Sirifa brought up the concerns over tourist safety following the assault of a Czech tourist, which he said adversely damaged the tourism climate. The committee then agreed to lay out security measures by intensifying the checks and patrols at Khao Lak, Nangtong and Park Weep beaches. 5 CCTVs are also to be installed, and patrol police will carry out more frequent surveillance. The operation will be assessed after 2 months to see if it works well and adjust after that. And finally, local news on the lighter side. A bird lays eggs and 2 babies appeared just outside NBT TVs studio on Rang Hill. You may know the famous English idiom, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, meaning be happy with what you already have, rather than trying to get more. But perhaps we can change the idiom to a bird in the bush is worth 2 in the nest, after we spotted a mother bird who recently made a nest in a plant bush right outside our busy TV studio entrance. She laid 2 eggs, then just yesterday, despite the heavy rain and winds up here, we spotted her 2 babies. Similar to the birth of the popular Chinese baby panda in Chiang Mai, perhaps we should run a contest for naming the birds. How about moose bird and knock cow? And if anyone can identify their type, you can send an email to andamannews@yahoo.com or come along to meet the early birds here on Rung Hill, surrounded as we are with beautiful nature and a bird's eye view of Phuket City. Oh, they're just too cute.